Okay, I said whatever you cannot define overwhelms you. Whatever you can define, you can modify for personal use. Write it down. So that's why if you've been in my class, everything I teach you, I define it, I explain it. To you see, whatever you cannot teach to a 5-year-old, you don't understand it. So if somebody comes and talks a lot of highfalutin stuff, high grammar, and then doesn't say anything at the end of the day, because they don't understand it. Whatever I cannot explain to a 5-year-old, you do not do what understand it. Okay, so I'm waiting for you. Tell me what you think is passive income. Theophilus says passive income is an income that you earn without physical effort. Really? 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 Okay. Oh, Abraham Oyivin says, I'm a millionaire. I am awesome. Fantastic. Okay, so one person has made an attempt, and Mr. Theophilus, I give you 40%. 40%. Okay. Christiana says, I'm eager to make the millions. No problem. That's why we're here. Okay. So passive income is an income you earn without effort. And I said 40%. So I'm waiting for more people. Mr. Kama says passive income is an income that comes quietly, even when you're asleep. Is it a thief? Is there an income that comes with noise? Every income, even the alert comes in quietly. Okay. All right, let's have more opinions. Let's have more opinions. Okay, let me know what you think passive income is, please, and then let's get to run with the class. Okay. You see, that's why I keep saying it. Most times, the problem we'll have is a problem of definition, is a problem of concepts, not about academic definitions. Like I said, whatever you cannot define overwhelms you. So if you don't know what is passive income, how come you have been looking for passive income? Okay, how come you have been trying to make passive income, but you don't know what it is? The chances is that even when you find it, you will not know what it is. Okay. All right, so let's get running. If you join us any other time or you remember what it is, then you can always type it in the chat box. But let me show you what passive income is. Okay, somebody else has a comment. Let me read those ones before I tell you what passive income is. Abraham Oyevin says, passive income is an income you earn as the side income stream, not your major income. It's not true. It's not true. It's not true. It's not side income. Okay, let me give you an instance. If as a doctor, I decide to set up a water factory or a barbing salon, or maybe I'm broke and I decide to have, let me say, Uber, for instance. So in the evening, I see patients from morning till night. Then maybe like 6 p.m. or 5 p.m. I close from the hospital. And then I carry my vehicle. Let's have a vehicle. And then I use it as taxi. I use it as Uber. And then drive people around maybe from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. And then maybe I make 10,000. I make 5,000. Now, that is not passive income. You see, that's side income. I do it apart from my medical profession, but that is not passive income. Okay. That's part of the problem. It's a function. It's the fundamental problem we have is definition. Okay, Babajide says passive income is an income you earn while you're sleeping. What if they pay you salary? Are you not sleeping when they pay you salary? Is your salary passive income? Yes. Now, if you're a government worker and they pay you salary by 12 midnight, is it passive income? Mrs. Christiana says passive income is an income you call by the side along with your regular. Like I just told you, it's not true. Income you earn by the side is not passive income. Now, what is passive? Let's start from fundamentals of definition. Now, first of all, income. Let's break it down. You know what is income? Income is money you earn. Do you understand? That's money you make. All of us understand that. Now, what is passive? What is the meaning of the word passive? That English word passive, so that we can put them together. Okay, passive is when you're not active. It's the opposite of active. Active is when you're doing something, you're actively involved in something, you're fully engaged, you're part of it. Okay, do you understand? That's active. Now, passive is when you're not fully engaged. When, like yes, you talk about sleeping, but you see, it's not the main factor about sleeping. Do you understand? Passive is that you're not fully a part of it. Okay, so you get where I'm going. So, because when you break things down to their fundamentals, you begin to understand it. So passive income is not side income. Passive income is not money you make while you're sleeping. Passive income is not side income. Passive income is income that you make passively. That's what it means. It's income you make passively. What does it mean? It's money you earn without being actively involved in the process of making the money. So whether the money comes to you in the morning, whether the money comes to you in the afternoon or in the night, as long as you're not actively involved, like you don't go to do the process, you don't go to make the effort to do all the things that is required for the money to come to you, that is what makes the money passive. So whether it is in the morning or in the afternoon, whether that is the only thing you earn, or whether that is by the side, once your physical or mental effort is not so necessary for you to make the money, that is what is called passive income. Okay, do you understand the difference? What differentiates passive income? The critical point in passive income is that it does not require your physical or mental effort or activity. Once your physical or mental effort or activity is not required for you to make money, that money, when it comes to you, it is called passive income. As against active income, which is money you make when you're fully involved in it, when you're part of the process of making the money, it is called active income. So you see the difference, and then you can see why it is difficult for a lot of us to earn passive income, because we don't even understand what it is. So when you don't understand what it is, then what are you going to do to make the money? It's near impossible. Okay, so passive income, even if you're sleeping, as long as you don't actively work for the money or get involved or get engaged in the process of making the money, it is passive. Whether it comes while you're sleeping or whether it comes while you're awake, a lot of people make passive income when they are awake. Most of my passive income comes when I am awake. Today, I've made plenty passive income today. It came when I was fully awake. I don't need to sleep for me to be able to make passive income, okay? The difference is that in active income, you are actively involved, okay? So let me know if you understand it, and then I'm going to shed more light. I'm going to show you how to make active income. I'm going to dive it deep down so that you can understand the difference, and then practically how you need to be able to differentiate the two, and then so it can make sense in your life, okay? So talk to me whether you think what I said is right, and then whether it's beginning to make sense to you. Yes, Theophilus said it's an income you earn without being actively involved. There is a full definition of passive income that I want to give us, actually. What I just did was an explanation, but I'm going to give you the full definition of passive income, which is, it is the money. Passive income is the money you continue to make long after you have stopped working for it. Please write this down. This is the correct, complete, comprehensive definition of passive income. The money you continue to earn even after you have stopped working actively for it. Passive income does not require your physical or mental effort. Are you following me? It doesn't matter whether you make it in the morning or in the night or in the evening or while you're sleeping, or it is by the side, or you, okay? All right, let's assimilate it. Make sure I write it down, then I'll take it further. Because you see here, it is important, that definition is important. The money continues to come long after you have stopped working. Every money you must earn in your life, you must work for it. Yes, even thieves work for the money. So there is no money that comes to you without working. But what differentiates passive income is that that money continues to come even when you're no longer working. So in the process of passive income, you must work for it. All right, are we good? Are we good? Did you get what I said? Yes. So the process of making passive income, every money you make, you must work for it. But the difference with passive income is that even after you have stopped working for it, that money still continues to come. That is when it becomes full passive income. Okay. So let me know in the chat box whether you understand it, whether it makes sense to you, and then we would continue the class, right? Of course, I'm going to go back again to active income and then make it clearer for you. Okay. I'm still reading your comments. So some of the way people define passive income is quite funny. But now that I've given you the proper definition of passive income, you can look at the way you defined it before and see. You can you can smile at yourself and then knowing the difference. Okay. And like I told you, whatever you cannot explain to a 5-year-old, it means you don't understand it. It's not about speaking plenty grammar. It's not about speaking plenty English and confusing people. It's about giving people simple tips, simple definitions so that they can understand it and begin to do things differently. Okay. All right, so let's proceed. Now, let me start with active income. Let me show you something. Okay, all right. I hope you can see the slide. So let's dig deep into the two of them. So active income is also called earned income. And of course, there are two types of income, active and passive income. So active income is the money that you earn directly from your physical or mental effort. So as a medical doctor, when I go to the hospital and operate on a patient, operate on a woman, or sit down and then prescribe drugs or sit down and consult, that is active income because my physical effort is involved, my mental effort is involved. Each time I go to that work, I deliver the work and then I get paid. If you're a civil servant, each time you go to work from Monday to Friday, from 1st of the month to the 31st or 30th of the month, the salary you pay, you're paid or you earn is called active income because you work for it. If you're a businessman, let's say you're selling phone or you're selling laptops or whatever you're selling, each time you go to your shop or your business area and then sell something, that is activity you're doing. Now, the money you make in exchange for that activity is called active income. Okay, I hope this is clear. You need to understand it. Now, a lot of us are tailored towards active income. Now, the problem with active income is that it's called linear income, is one-to-one income, which means when you work once, you earn once. Yes, in active income, when you work once, you don't earn twice. For instance, civil servants, no disrespect, but the issue is when you work once, you earn once. If you work from the 1st of March to the last day of March, you earn your salary for March. In April, if you don't work, you will not earn. That's how it is. If you didn't work in February, you will not earn. The same thing with businessmen because it's active income. If you do not go to open your shop and then sell something to somebody, you will not make money. The one you made yesterday was your activity for yesterday. So your activity for yesterday cannot make you money for tomorrow. Okay, now the misconception a lot of civil servants have is because salary comes every month. So you think it is a continuous income. No, it is a one-time income. Even though they pay you salary every month, you must work every month to make that money or else it stops coming. Okay, so active income is good. You need to understand where it is. And then in active income, you're trading time for money. You're trading your skills. You're trading your health. You're trading every aspect of you for money. Okay, and then you get that money once. Now, remember, even when you earn gratuity and pension and all of that, that does not mean that that job was giving you passive income. It is just a compensation for how much effort you have put in. Okay, does it make sense? Please talk to me in the chat box. That's active income. Now let's go to the discussion for today, which is passive income. I just wanted to show you active income so you can understand the contrast, the difference between active and passive. Now in passive, it is the money you continue to earn after you have stopped working, which means you work once, you earn repeatedly. And I'm going to give you different types of passive income. For instance, royalties from intellectual property. I have a book. Of course, I have some books on my desk here, but I have a book I wrote by myself, okay? I don't have anyone on here. Most of them are. Okay, I think my book is even here. Okay, you can see it. I don't know if you can see it. This is my book. It's called Millionaire Mind Intensive. Now, this is a source of passive income. I can tell you that today, more than 10 people bought this book. This book is 5,000 naira. Now, first of all, I had to work to make this book. I had to pour down everything in my brain. I had to write it. I had to type it. I had to get a publisher. I had to get a printer. I spent almost about 2 to 3 million to get this book out. Okay. Now, but after I have finished writing this book, even in the next 10 years, this book will continue to make money for me without me going to write it again. That is what is called passive income. Now, I needed to put my effort to get this book out once. But once I've gotten this book out once, it will continue to make money for me for the rest of my life, as long as this book exists. Think about the Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Think about Think and Grow Rich. Think about the Magic of Thinking Big. I have a lot of books on my shelf here. You see, all of these books, they are sources of passive income to the authors, because each time somebody goes to buy the book, they continue to make money. Think about intellectual properties, for instance, music. Do you understand? Michael Jackson, Thriller. Even in his grave, he continues to make money from Thriller. Is he making Thriller again? No. What is his name? Two-Face. What's that? That's his record. What is it called now? African Queen. He continues to make money from that record, even up to today, without working for it. But it took him his intellect, it took him everything he has, his talent and his gift, to be able to produce that particular song. But when he's done with it, he continues to make money for him. That is what is called passive income. Passive income is not money you make when you're sleeping. But of course, you also make passive income when you're sleeping because you're not working. But we need to understand the difference. It's not the main act of sleeping sleeping that makes it passive income. It's the fact that it no longer requires your input, it no longer requires your labor, it no longer requires your effort for the money to continue to come. That's what makes it passive income. Okay, all right. Are we good? Okay, so it refers to the money you earn from assets you've created or purchased. Example, rental income. For instance, if you build a house, it's a source of passive income. If you build a house, now a rental property, not the house you're living in. If you build a house today and then tenants continue to pay you money for that house, now the money you used to build it is gone. You're not building the house again. After 10 years, every other money you make from that building is passive income. You don't need to build it all over again, and you continue to make money from it. Write this down. Passive income is key to financial freedom. Passive income is key to financial retirement. If you don't find ways of generating passive income, you will work until you die. Okay? Now, I'm going to show you a lot of things. So for you to make passive income, you must have two things. Either people are working for you or money is working for you. That's the only way to make passive income. Because you see, money doesn't just come to you when you're sleeping. There has to be effort. There has to be processes that brings the money to you. But the issue is that you are no longer involved in those processes. That's what makes it passive to you. But it doesn't mean that you go to bed and sleep and the money will start falling to you. No, it doesn't work like that. Even Dangote has sources of passive income. Even his Dangote company is a source of passive income. But there are people working for him. Zenith Bank for Jimovia is a source of passive income because he doesn't need to go to the bank again. Tony Elumelu, UBA is a source of passive income for him because he doesn't need to go to UBA again for UBA to be paying him money. If you buy shares in a company, it's a source of passive income because you're not working in the company. But remember, you had to work to make the money in the first place. So you need to understand the processes, you understand the dynamics of passive income. It starts with you working actively, but the work you do has the capacity to continue even when you're not there and continue to make money for you. So for you to earn passive income, you must have either of two things. Either that people are working for you or that money is working for you. That is the only way you can earn passive income. Unfortunately, a lot of us concentrate the rest of our lives on active income. And how long can you live if you concentrate on active income? You will die too soon because your physical body has a time limit. Do you understand? Some of us now, you're running around making money. For me, for instance, I can operate for almost 24 hours. But in 10 years' time, I may not be able to do that. I may not have the capacity to operate even for 2 hours, okay? But in that 10 years' time, I will need more money. That is why you need to begin to build sources of passive income now. In active income, you make money faster. But in passive income, it takes a longer period. But that is what will sustain you for the rest of your life. Write this down. The older you get, the less your ability to make money, but the more money you need. Did you get what I said? The older you get, the less your ability to make money, but the more money you need. So it is when you're younger or youthful, that is when to begin to look for sources of passive income so that you can build it while you're still very, very energetic and active. Then in the later years of your life, those sources of passive income you have built can now continue to generate money for you even when you're no longer there. That's how I retired from medical practice, because I actively built it for over 6 to 8 years, and then I put up systems and the hospitals are generating money for me without me being there. It becomes a source of passive income, and then I could retire. Good? Celebrate yourself now. Celebrate yourself. Say, I am a millionaire. I am awesome, and then give yourself a high five. So let's have a breather. So talk to me. Let me know whether this makes sense to you, what you have learned so far, and then how this is going to change your life going forward. Because I'm going to show you now what are the 3 ways you can begin to generate passive income, because that's what you need. Maybe I'll show you misconception people have about passive income first, but I'm going to show you 3 ways you can use to begin to generate passive income, because passive income is what you need. Do you understand? That is what is going to sustain you for your life. It's not the pension and the gratuity. It is a steady, continuous source of passive income. But type in the chat box, let me know how this feels, how this understanding, is it good use of your time that you've been here? And I've tried my best to explain this to you, what passive income means, and then how to differentiate it from active income and all the other things you had known before about passive income. All right. So I'm listening. Type it in the chat box. Let me get your comments, and then we'll continue the discussion. Don't go nowhere. The class is just about to start. I never even do anything. I just explain the dynamics and the principle to you. I need to give you practically what you need to do, because it's not just about telling you what passive income is. You need to earn it. You need to have it. That's what I want to do with you tonight. But I can't show you how to earn passive income without telling you what it is. Otherwise, you will be rigmaroling and then just groping in the dark. That's why definitions are always very, very important. When you understand it, then you know what you're going to do, right? Okay, so I'm waiting for your comments. I'm waiting for your comments in the chat box so that I can take them, and then we'll continue. Excuse me. Okay, Christiana says, can you repeat the older you get? Thompson Imahambo says, you're making sense, bro. Right on. Okay, now what I said the older you get, the more money you need, but the less your ability to make money. Yes, the older you get, you need more money. Your bones are weaker, your muscles are weaker. You need more things to sustain you, okay? Do you understand? If you're 30, most of us in this class are more than 30. It's not the same way you are 10 years ago that you are today, okay? So as you get older, your body, your human being, your body has a limit, okay? So you're getting weaker. You cannot run around to make money. Maybe you were doing 3 jobs when you were 30, 40, but by 50, you can't do even 1 job, okay? But unfortunately, as you get older, you need more money because your body is weaker. You need more maintenance. You need more rest. You need a conditioned house. You need a private jet. You need to eat vegetables. It's not all the things you can eat. When you were younger, you can starve. You can do 1001. But as you get older, you need correct food, okay? Which means you need more money to maintain your life. But unfortunately, as you get older, the less your ability to make money. A lot of you, when you get to this point, maybe 50, 60, and you've not done what I'm going to teach you today, you find out that it's going to be a big problem. But no worry, I'm going to show you what you can do that even in the next 1 to 2 years, you should be able to have sustainable sources of passive income. All right. Okay. So Mrs. Christina says, very true. Babajide says, I now know what passive income is. The money you continue to earn even when you have stopped working for it. Fantastic. That is what it is. The money you continue to earn even when you have stopped working for it. That is what is called passive income. It's not because you're doing a side business. That is not what makes it passive income. Once you're actively involved in driving the taxi, it's not passive income. But when you have now made money and bought a number of taxis and giving it out to people, then those people drive the taxi and then they come in the evening to do accounts for you, and for each taxi you make 5,000. Now that is passive income because you're not the one driving the taxi, you're not the one doing all those things. So that is what passive income. Okay, all right. So let's proceed. Our time is Are you blessed? Let me know in the chat box if you're blessed. Somebody says, SB says, Doc, you're too much. Thank you, my brother or my sister. I don't know. Thank you. Daniel says, makes a lot of sense. Okay. All right. So let's run quickly. Like I said, please don't go nowhere. I want to show you how you can start earning passive income starting from this night. Because if you don't do that, if you continue on active income, your oil is your own. You're in for a long thing. Okay. Infinity Hot says God value. Okay, don't worry, value never even come. We'll just start. Okay, let me show you what you need to do to start earning passive income. All right, now, what are the 3 common misconceptions? Excuse me. 3 common misconceptions for how about passive income. Number 1, the misconception that passive income is not important. Yes, most people think that passive income is not important, but I've just told you passive income is more important than active income. Unfortunately, what you go to school to read for 8 years, for 10 years, get PhD, have a professor, all those things are sources of active income. People don't pay attention to passive income because they think it's not important. But for those who are elderly or those who are older than us, you can even see them. You understand that passive income is so important. Building a system, having a platform, having a source that continues to give you money when you're no longer working for it, that is more important than active income. But you see, the way our educational system is, you go and read medicine, you go and read law, you go and read, for instance, if you're a lawyer, you can't make 1 night except you go to law court. As a doctor, one of my foremost mentors and tutors who taught me was a professor of obstetric and gynecology. He was 80 years and he was still trying to operate. Yes, he loved the practice, but he wanted to continue to make money. Anytime he didn't come to operate, he wasn't making money. There was no money any longer. So why would an 80-year-old professor still continue to be doing surgery? He should have relaxed and allowed us to be doing the job, but he should have set up a business system that continues to make money for him so he can come to mentor us and teach us without necessarily necessarily being involved in the activity because he already has a system of passive income that makes money for him. Okay, that's the anomaly I saw, and I said, no, if I continue like this, there'll be trouble. So passive income is important. The misconception people have is that passive income is not important. It's active income that, in fact, most people don't even know what is passive income, as you can see from this class. Do you understand? They don't teach it in school. You go and read mechanical engineering, and then you're working for share. That is active income. There is no school in the whole world that teaches how to make passive income. Everybody is teaching you active income. And where has the active income gotten you to? Okay, the second misconception people have is people focus on building active income. I think I've already explained it. So because they think passive income is not important, it's not taught in school. So people focus on building active income. Active income is important. It has its own place. But the purpose of your active income is for you to create sources of passive income. Are you following me? Write this down. The purpose of active income is to enable you create sources of passive income. That's the purpose of active income. The purpose of active income is not to buy a car, it's not to buy a house, it's not to marry a wife. No, that's not the purpose of active income. The purpose of your salary, the purpose of your business is to enable you use the money you're making from that business to create fresh sources of passive income so that even when you don't go to the business, you continue to make money. That's the purpose of active income. So active income has its place, but because we don't understand the purpose of active income, we don't use our active income to build passive income. And the third misconception, people think that passive income is not for everybody. That's the thing. So they think it's maybe for a small group of people, for this kind of, no, passive income is for everybody. It is the divine agenda of God, because you can only rest when you have sources of passive income. God rested on the 6th day because of what? 2 reasons. He had created everything. He has put a system in everything he created. And then number 2, he has created man to run the affairs of the things he created. That's why God rested. Even God wants to rest. So you want to continue active income until you die. How? No, that's not God's design for your life. God's design for your life is to work for active income for a brief period, maybe 10 years, maybe 20 years. You're done working for active income. Within those 20 years, the active income should have built sources of passive income that you can now stop. When you stop, what do? You now become an evangelist. You now become begin to have a relationship with your Father again. You now begin to engage in charitable work, philanthropy. You now become a mentor to other people because you already have made the money. The money is making more money for you. So you're not bothered about those things any longer. But for some of us, even at the age of 90 or 100, we still cannot retire. Good or good? Good. If you have been blessed, let me know you have been blessed. So those are the 3 major misconceptions people have why they are not focusing on passive income. They think it's not important. They focus on building active income, and they think it's not for everybody. It's for everybody. It's God's design. That's, it's not because God was tired. That's not why he rested. God was showing us an example of what we should do. So that is why God worked for 6 days. 5 days, created everything, built a system in the thing he's building. That's your business. Are you building a system in it? Is there a system that can allow that business to continue to run even in your absence? That's the thing. So you're not working like your Father, who is God. God created the mango tree. He built a system in it. God made the rainfall and then dry season and all the season, and then built a system in it. So everything continues on their own without God's necessary intervention any longer. And then God created man to manage the system. So those are the 2 criteria. So God did not rest on the 7th day because he was tired. No, he rested to show us an example that we should emulate. So you should work for 6 days and then rest. What is the 7th day? The 7th day can be from 40 years of your life. You should be resting. What does it mean to rest? It doesn't mean you go and sleep every day. It means you're now observing, you're now monitoring, you're now teaching other people what you have learned. It doesn't mean you stop working, so to say, but you're no longer working to live, you live to work. Today's class is energetic, right? Hey, if you're blessed, let me know that you're blessed too. Abraham says, wow, great eye-opening definition. That's what it is. So when you retire is not when you stop that you now go and sleep and drink fruit juice from morning till night. No, when you retire, it simply means you're no longer working for money. You still work. You can mentor other people. You can teach other people, but you're no longer working for money because you have built a system that makes the money to continue to come. Isn't God still working? But God is now the supervisor. God is the general overseer of the entire universe. But God is not creating man again. God is not creating trees again. God is not creating lions and then apes and baboons and snails. God is not creating anything any longer. That's why he has retired. But God is still supervising the things that is going on in the whole world. So when you retire, it doesn't mean you stop working. It just means that you're now the CEO of the company. No, not CEO. You're now the chairman. And then you have other people working for you, making money for you. That's what our Father is. God is the chairman of the universe. We are the CEOs. Okay, I don't talk my own. No. So let me know in the chat box if you have been blessed. Let me show you what you need to do to start getting this passive income. Because no matter how much I teach you, if you don't learn how to make this passive income, you're in for a long thing. Okay. Jeremiah Akmani says value bombs. Hey, Christiana says I'm already blessed. At least I am still alive to do the right thing. Perfect. Thank you. Okay, let me see one or two more comments and then let me show you what you actually need to do. Okay. Kamola, okay, thank you. Sai says I am blessed. All right. So let's move on to the things you need to do to start generating. I'm going to give you 3 options of things you can do to start generating passive income. All right. Okay, so of course I've shown you this image. What passive income does, you see, active income is debt. Okay, let me read this. It says Abraham says, and Doc, for someone like me who has been involved in active income, when God gives us an idea to set up a system, we are not enthused. Well, if you're not if you understand the meaning of passive income, you'll be enthused. If God gives you an idea to set up a system for passive income, please abandon the active income and then set up the system for the passive income. Because I don't know how old you are, but in the later years of your life, you will regret if you did not build these passive income streams. If you have an idea to build a passive income stream, please abandon everything and build it, except you're not planning to live long. If you're planning to live long, you better start building passive income streams now. Whether you like it or not, know that that's your ticket, to long life, okay? All right, so active income is debt, though. Is debt. You have seen people overworking, stress, high blood pressure, diabetes, all of those things. It's from active income. The passive income is what? Life. Passive income is life. You people, you can see. Okay, it says that's why I'm here. Thank you. Okay, no problem, sir. No problem. All right. You see, why I can do this is because I've graduated from active to passive income, right? Okay, so let me show you what we need to do. Thank you so much. Say to yourself, I am a millionaire. I am awesome. And then give yourself a high five. Thank you for coming to today's class. I am excited. And one of the things I'm trying to do is I'm going to move my classes now to every Tuesday by 7:30 p.m. Okay. I think that's what I'm going to do. And this year I've been involved with a lot of other things, but I'm restarting my my teaching session. So it was Thursdays previously. Last year I was doing Thursdays, but I think I'm going to move it for a couple of reasons back to Tuesday 7:30. All right. So 3 ways to earn passive income. 3 ways you can earn passive income. 3 ways to earn passive income. Okay, we've done close to 1 hour. All right. Now there are actually 5 of them, but I will only discuss 3 here. The other 2, I only discuss it with people in my inner circle. Yes, now if you're vexed, you come and join the inner circle. There are 5 ways to earn passive income, but I'm going to discuss 3 now, and I'll show you one of them that you can take and start running. But there are another 2. I will only discuss that with those who are in my inner circle. Okay. So the first way to earn passive income is by business system, building a business system. It's not by building a business. A business is different from a business system. A business is anything you do in exchange for money. Okay, let me define business properly for you. Business is whatever you do mentally or physically to deliver valuable products and services in exchange for money. That's the definition of business, the proper definition of business. Anything you do mentally or physically to create and deliver valuable products and services in exchange for money. That's what is business. So even if you're a civil servant, it's still business. For instance, if you teach in a university, now that's your teaching is service. So when you deliver that service and then the university pays you salary at the end of the month, it's business. Okay, but that's not business system. When you have a place where you sell phones, when you go to Lagos or Dubai or China and buy the phones and then stock it in your shop and then sell those phones, it is business, because that is what you're doing physically and mentally to give people those products and services so that they can give you money in exchange. That's the meaning of the definition of business. I define everything for everything I teach. I define it clearly for you. So business is anything you do physically or mentally to create and deliver valuable products and services to other people in exchange for money. Okay, but business system is now something that gives you money. It is not a system. Let me explain it, not just define. Let me explain it. It's now a system that delivers products, valuable products and services to other people in exchange for money. It's a system, so it works around on its own. Let me give you more examples. Now, if you own a shop where you sell phone, I'm just using phone for example, or where you sell provision or whatever it is, and then you need to go there to be able to sell the phone, that is a business. It's not a business system. Okay, let me give you another example. My hospital, HK City, is a business system because I have doctors who work for me. I have nurses who work for me. I have cleaners who work for me. I have accountants who work for me. I even have lawyers who work for me in the hospital. So all of these people together, when the patient comes, the receptionist attends to the patient. Now the nurse takes the vital signs, and then the doctor sees the patient, consults, and then maybe writes drugs. The pharmacist dispenses the drugs. If they need to do operation, they do the operation, whatever it is. At the end of the day, the patient is satisfied because they have delivered a valuable service, and then the patient makes money. At the end of the day, I'm actually the one that makes the money, but it's the instrumentality of the system. So there is a set of processes, activities that lead to a predetermined result. That's what a system means. A set of processes, activities, and structures that lead to a predetermined result. That's what a system is. So when you have a set of structures, systems, activities that deliver valuable products and services to people in exchange for money, that's a business system. Today is MBA. I didn't plan to go this deep today, but as we are led by the Spirit, that's what I have to do, okay? So a business system now doesn't need you as a person. My hospitals don't need me to run. Another example is Zenith Bank. Another example is UBA. Tony Elumelu built UBA, but he built it and it became a system. So he can be in Hawaii, he can be in one of the best beaches in the whole world. He can be in the finest hotels in Dubai, enjoying himself. But people are walking into UBA. People are, putting their money in the bank. People are making investment. Tellers are working there, collecting money. They are doing activities and they are making money. I think, was it last month? Zenith Bank declared, I think, close to 20 billion or something. The money they made I don't know whether it's last quarter or something. Now, that money is for him. Not that all of them is for him, but it's his system, okay? So one way to earn passive income is by building a business system. So question I'm asking you tonight is, whatever it is you're doing, can you convert it to a system so that when you take yourself out of it, it will still be making money for you? That's passive income. Now, the problem with business system is that it's capital intensive, it's labor intensive. It is very difficult. I've built one myself and I know what it takes. It took me almost 10 years to build that hospital to become a business system. Okay, so it is very labor intensive. It is very, very difficult. But if you can do it, then fine, go ahead and do it. The second one is intellectual property. I think I've mentioned it. I've written a book. Okay, so in fact, these three of I'm talking about, I already have them. I've written a book. So each time somebody buys that book, is a passive income for me. So if you have the talent or the gift to write a book, to sing a song, to make a movie, these are sources of passive income. Your intellectual property, when you package it, you can make courses online, and I teach people how to make courses online. I have courses. Even today, people bought my courses. In fact, somebody chatted me up today and said, is that your course still available? I even forgotten about the course completely, and I checked on my website, the course was still there. I said yes. He said, can he pay? I said, go ahead and pay. And the guy paid. I didn't need to do any work. It's something I created a long time ago, almost 2 or 3 years ago that I created that course. But up to today, I'm still making money from. I don't need to create the course again. So if you have intellectual property, if you can write a book, if you can do music, you can do video, whatever it is that you can do, that you know that it comes from your intellect, from your talents, from your gifts, and then put money around it. If you don't know how to do it, approach me. I can coach you on how to do an online course. And then people continue to buy the course as a consultant, whatever it is. You can teach people something. You can teach people how to make soup. I talked to one woman that, and she was making so much money. I said, let's do it. How to make 10 different kinds of soup, Nigerian soup. Now let's record it and then put it as a course online. And up to today, that one is still making money from anybody that wants to make a dika income that doesn't know how to make it. You can just go to her website. You get 1,000 naira. You just learn it. She's not teaching it afresh. She has already taught it. It's already on the website. It's a source of passive income for her. Bible says that people perish for lack of knowledge. You see, this money has been around you, but because you have not been enlightened, you have not been exposed, you have not been educated in this direction. That's why you leave it lying. Look at the talent you have, look at the gifts you have. Can you package it, do the work one time, and let it continue to make money for you for the rest of your life? Then the last one I want to talk about today is network marketing. Network marketing is a source of passive income. People don't know about it because network marketing in Nigeria has been bastardized. People have said a lot of things about it. Doesn't change what network marketing is. I am a super fan of network marketing. I've done network marketing since like 2010, and it is the best business model that I still know. And then it is one model that can enable you generate passive income without too much. I've talked about business system. You need money to build a business system. You need patience. It takes a long time. Then for intellectual property, you need to have the gift. You need to be able to write a book. You need to be able to sing a song. You need to be able to even play football. Well, football is active income actually, not passive. Do you understand? But it's not everybody that can sing African Queen. It's not everybody that can do Thriller. You may not have that gift. So you cannot do intellectual property. Okay? So if you don't have the gift, you don't have the talent, you don't have the money, you don't have the patience to do that, then network marketing is your best bet to do passive income. It doesn't matter because if you're building a business system and you're already 60 years, you're already 70 years, it may take you another 20 years. I'm not saying you wouldn't live up to 90, but why will you be building business till you get to 90? Okay, but with network marketing, in 3 months, you can build a system that continues to make money for you even when you're not there. That's the beauty of network marketing. That's why I'm excited about it. That's why I always when I find a genuine one, I promote it with everything that is in me. Because it is easy. Like one of the ones I'm going to show you today, with as little as 87,000, I give you 6 months, you have a steady source of passive income. Which business system can you build with 87,000? Which intellectual property? I told you about my book. I spent almost 3 million to print that book. How many people have 3 million to print a book? Yes, you may have the idea, you can write it, but to print it in quantities and distribute it is difficult. I sell courses on my website, but it cost me more than 2.5 million to create my website so that I can be selling those things. So these things are good. That's why when motivational speakers talk to you, they just tell you things, they don't tell you the details. Yes, I've told you these things are good, but it takes a lot of money, it takes a lot of patience, it takes a lot of hard work. So that's why I'm offering you. I'm not the one that created it, but it's a model I've seen and it's working. That's network marketing. With a little amount of money, with a little effort, you plug into a system and then you can start generating passive income for the rest of your life. So even if you have 3 years to retirement, even if you're old, even if you're young, it is one way you can create passive income for the rest of your life and you'll never be looking for money any longer. Okay. The thing about network marketing is you just come in, do a little work, and recruit maybe 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to 10 people to 15 people. Once you have done that, those people will continue to replicate the effort that even when you're sleeping, you will still be making money from the activities of those people. That is what is passive income. All right. So I'm going to show you one particular network marketing company that I think I will encourage you to join if you want to create passive income in the shortest possible time. You can create it in business system, but there is no business system that will give you passive income in less than 5 to 10 years. Intellectual property, it can give you passive income, but usually maybe 3 months, maybe 6 months, but you need to know all the other things that is involved in it. But this one I'm going to show you tonight will give you passive income in less than 3 months. And you don't need more than 87,000 at least to start with. Okay, so if you're excited, let me know you're excited. If you've been blessed this evening or this morning or this afternoon, depending on when you're watching this video, let me know that you're blessed. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the particular network marketing company and then the strategy you can use to get involved in it. And then in less than 3 months, you're creating amazing amount of passive income. Thank you. But don't go nowhere until I show you what you need to do. Because after all this thing I've said, after all this thing I've shouted, if you don't take something home that you can start to do, so that by next week money is coming into your pockets, all this thing I've talked now, Baba show. Okay. Remember, I said when I started this class, what you hear, you remember, you forget. What you see, you remember. You're seeing my face, you're seeing my gesticulation, you're hearing my voice. So you're going to remember some of the things I said. But the thing is, it is only what you do that you understand. So until you get involved in this system I'm going to show you, you will never understand passive income. It is only when the alert shows and you know you did not work for it. Yes, you work for it in the beginning, but you're no longer working for it. It's only when that alert shows that you know that, yes, this is truly passive income. That's the only time you can say you understand passive income. Sometimes when alert comes, in fact, the way I spend money, there was money that I got today, some six-figure income that I got today, is passive income. And I just spoke to my wife and said, babe, we're hanging out tonight. Yes, because when you get passive income, you spend it anyhow. Yes, because it continues to come. But when it is active income, you remember all the sweat that you sweated. In fact, when they pay me for surgery, I don't spend the money. You know why? When I remember all the suffer that I suffered inside the theater to bring out the baby, or there was one day I operated on strangulated inguinal hernia, and then I suffered. I was in theater for almost 5 hours. At the end of the day, I think they paid about 300K. In fact, I don't know if you touch the money. This time I remember. My brother said I should buy ice cream, and I said, from this money, do you know what I suffered inside the theater to get this money? But when the money comes as passive income, oh my God, it is so sweet. If you have not tested passive income, you have not started. All right, so let me show you what you need to do, and then we'll tidy up the class in the next maybe 10, 15 minutes. All right, but let me know in the chat box, have you been blessed? Have you learned something? Are there things you are taking away today that can begin to apply in your life? Abraham says, Doc, I can't hear you. Okay, please let me know if you can hear me. Oh, somebody says they can't hear me. So let me know if you can hear me. Type in the chat box if you can hear me. You're supposed to be hearing me. There's no reason why you shouldn't be hearing me. So let me know. This is time for just comments. Just tell me whether you have been blessed. Tell me what you have learned from today's class. And then let's begin to tidy up. Okay. Good or good. The class is still full. I still have a whole lot of people. Okay, Daniel says, I'm excited. Mr. and Mrs. Godwinoko says, I can hear. Chichi, hey, Chichi, my personal person, says, you can hear. All right, so let me know, what have you learned today? The next thing I just want to do is to show you the platform. It's a network marketing platform. Just with 87,000 Naira, you can be rest assured that in 3 months, you're creating a steady stream of passive income. If you like the idea of passive income, so let me know whether I've been blessed, whether you have learned something today, and whether it was a good use of your time, okay? Ewelike Kajeta, in case he says I can hear you. All right, no, I know you can hear me. So talk to me now. Talk to me about the class. Talk to me about what you feel, and then let's get running. Okay. So I'm waiting for your comment, just 1 or 2 comments, and then I need to tidy up this class in the next 10 to 15 minutes. Somebody talk to me now. Are you blessed? Tell me what you have learned. Definition of passive income, definition of active income, sources of passive income, what you can do, the different types of passive income I've talked about. So talk to me. I need to be sure that you actually heard me and that we're together. Nobody's saying anything. Okay. I don't know. You cannot disappoint me now for this kind of class. Everyone says this is knowledge I needed right now. Okay. Chichi says everything about this class is worth it. Yes, so. All right. Setting up a business system. Yeah, fantastic. So if you can't set up a business system, go ahead and set up a business system. Yeah, have intellectual property, go ahead and set up and create your intellectual property and make money from it. Then, of course, if you want to join us in the network marketing company, I want to share with you so you can start making passive income. Then please, I'm going to share it now. Now, it is called Nolan Digital Income Blueprint. And then it's a combination of 2 things. But because our time is fast spent, I just want to play a video for you, a very short video. I'll play that short video, and then I'll come back and then just explain those who want to start. I'm not going to talk plenty gram again. Those who want to start, I'll show you what you need to do. I've already said it. For you to join this network marketing company is a minimum of 87,000. And I can tell you, there's no business in Nigeria that can give you a 6-figure income, that can give you a passive income any day, that can start with 87,000 Naira. That's the minimum, actually, not that I can put in more. Okay, so that's basically what it's going to take. But let me share a video with you, and then when we come back from that video, I'll just tidy up the class. Are you ready? Good or good? Good. Say to yourself, I am a millionaire. I am awesome. And then give yourself a high five. Yes. All right. So the video is up now.
Are you still wondering how Norland can help? Reasons why you should join Norland. Frequently asked questions (FAQ). Who is Norland? In summary, Norland Industrial Group is a large-scale multinational that are involved in the health industry, medical cosmetology, direct selling industry and e-commerce. Originating from Asia. We are ready to ensure people live healthy and become wealthy. Do we have products in Norland? Yes, we have supplements, skincare, toothpaste, mouthwash, household, weight loss, detergent, etc. How do I join the business?
Okay, I think we lose you at some point. So let me take it back.
Your downlines get, you get. In summary, Norland Industrial Group is a large-scale multinational that are involved in the health industry, medical cosmetology, direct selling industry and e-commerce. Originating from Asia. We are ready to ensure people live healthy and become wealthy. Do we have products in Norland? Yes, we have supplements, skincare, toothpaste, mouthwash, household, weight loss, detergent, etc. How do I join the business? Fill the registration form, pay to partner and get your products worth the amount you paid. What do I get for introducing a new member? You get paid in 9 ways and you get free products also and bonuses till infinity and point values PVs, which are point systems that you accumulate and move ranks within the business. Do I have to sell to get paid? No, as selling isn't compulsory. You will use the products with your family or you give it to your new partners before company restocks you. But if you decide to sell, no problem, you just make extra more cash. This is beautiful. If selling is not compulsory, then what do I do after signing up? Recruit just 2 members and teach them to do same. That's where we come in as a team, to help you teach them. What if I recruit more than 2 members? You can only register 2 persons directly under you and the remaining people you decide where to place them under your downliners so as to help your downliners earn, because when they earn, you will also earn, thereby everyone earns and everyone is happy as there is no selfishness in Norland. We only have 2 legs.
In the chat box if you're still
Just type in the chat box if you're still here
you can hear me.
and you can hear me.
Let me know you're still here so we can tidy up the class. I don't know how much of the video you were able to see. But what the video part just does is to talk to you about the Norland opportunity, what is involved, and then what you need to do to be part of the system. Okay. All right. So the remaining slides, I'm just going to run through them so you can make up your mind what you want to do, and then we'll open we'll mute everybody so you can speak. And then let's just share some things together, okay? I've been the only one talking for the past maybe 1 hour, maybe 1.5 hours already, okay? All right, okay, Oguntime says I can hear you. Okay, so what is different what we're doing now is, like I've already told you, Norland is a digital marketing company. It's called Norland Industrial Group. It's an Asian-based company, even though their headquarters is in New York, United States of America. They have a lot of products, health products, wellness products, beauty products, cosmetics, okay? That's what they produce. But they use a network marketing model, and then their system is so fantastic that you can earn 6-figure income weekly if you join us today, and then you can also qualify to have an SUV, a brand SUV, before the end of this year. And then that is the power of passive income that I talked about. But there's something else we bring to the table, which is we're leveraging on technology. So whatever we're doing it online, is automated, and we're using attraction marketing. Okay, so this is just a summary of what the Norland Digital Income Blueprint is all about. So it's about Norland, the product, and then the compensation plan. But we're using a digital income blueprint to drive it, where we run everything digitally, everything online is automated, and then we use attraction marketing. Okay. So how do you get involved in what we're doing? It is very, very simple. Like I've said, the minimum amount to join is 87,000. Of course, this is the triangle of success. SPC company, we're talking about a company that is sustainable, that has effective products, and then have a wonderful compensation plan. Then we're using attraction marketing, and then of course automation. Okay. Well, this is just about the company, the Norland company. I've already told you about it. Don't worry about those things. For me to, confirm it, I'm a doctor for goodness sake, so don't worry about it. It can take care of all the elements. And then the most important thing is that Norland means settlement and empowerment. They have 9 different ways they pay. You earn money weekly, and you can actually earn 6 figures. So you can imagine earning 100,000 naira every month. And then from 6 months, if you do this business with me, from 6 months, you don't need to do any other thing, and the money will continue to come. Okay. And of course, you're entitled to at least 1 SUV every year. You have a house fund, you have foreign trips, you have vacations. In fact, life just gets beautiful with Norland. Okay. And then, of course, with what we're doing. So why do you need to choose Norland? For obvious reasons, a whole lot of things. As a one-time registration. In fact, the registration in Norland is even free, because the money you pay is you're paying for products that they give you. If you want to sell the product, you can actually sell the product and make back your money. So how many of us are ready to start? Getting ready to start. On your mark, set, go. That's how it always is. The thing is about those who are ready to take action. It's not everybody that want to take action. They just hear it and hear it and hear it, and then they disappear. Okay, so there are actually 5 ways you can join Norland, starting from 87,000, which is the senior member, and then you get 140 PV, and then you get products. And then the beautiful thing about this company is that you have to choose the kind of products you want. You're not mandated. So they just give you a brochure of the list of the products that the company has. You choose the one. You can buy one particular type. Maybe it's the toothpaste. You want to brush your teeth from now to the next 5 years. You can use your 87,000 and buy the toothpaste. Okay, it's your money, and they know that the next 5 years you're not spending money on toothpaste again. Okay, then of course you have the bronze member, which is 167,280 PV. You have the silver member, 350,000, 560 PV. The gold member, 700,000, 1,120 PV. And the baba of them all, the general overseer, the Agapatapata of them all, is the diamond, which is 1,350,000 naira. And then you get them. The difference is just the volume of products you get, and then the number of point values you get. Of course, when you get in, we'll explain the details of all of that, but you get more product, and of course, there are other privileges that you also get by having a higher membership. Then for me personally, for those who join my team, you're getting a special bonus, a 10-day intensive online digital income blueprint training. It's valued at $250. $250 is about 150,000. As at today, I think I've sold like 3 or 4 of this course for people who are not in my team, and each person is buying it for 100,000. Yes, that's the value of what I bring to the table. Then, of course, you have my personal finance mastery, coaching, and mentorship. So you can imagine all these things I've shared within the last 1.5 hours. You can imagine if I'm your mentor and I hold it by hand, there is no way your finances will not change in the next 3 to 6 months. Okay. So if you join the team, just 87,000 minimum, actually, you can actually upgrade. You get this coaching and mentorship for free, valued at $2,500. Okay. Then, of course, 30 days double your profit challenge. And then, of course, the 90-day money back guarantee. Because I know what we're doing. If after 90 days, you have not made the money, or all the things we have taught you is just talk, we can actually ask for a refund of your money. The only condition being that you return the product back, because it's a product that you paid for. So if you're no longer interested, you get the products back, then all the training, you actually got them for free. Is this working? Yes, people are making money from Norland already. I'm not the one that is inventing this. The only thing we're bringing is that we're making it digital, and then we're bringing financial intelligence to the whole thing we're doing. So if these people are doing it analog and they're making this kind of money, then how much more when you join us and then we go digital? Okay. This is the car I'm talking about, the one that I just changed. That's the car I'm talking about. It's actually, I think, about 8 million naira. That's the worth of that car, and you can get it before the end of this year. All right. So all you need to do.
You're still with me, say yes, I am still here. We're almost done. We're almost done. I understand for some of us the time and all that. But
massive value.
You have gotten massive value from tonight. So let me just finish with the testimonials, and then
right,
we'll call it a day today. All right.
We together. I need to hear you in the chat box. So yes, I'm still okay. Mr. Abraham says
yes,
okay.
Mr. Abraham
Yes,
says, now when he gets to this point, just like Jesus Christ,
get to this point, all of them will disappear. So it's only the disciples. So now I know those who are disciples. The rest are just the multitude. The multitude come for the fish, but the multitude, the disciples stay for the main thing, the principles of getting the fish. Okay. All right. So you can see the testimonials rolling. By now you should have made up your mind whether you're paying now or later. You better pay now because there's an advantage if you pay now. Okay, Mr. Daniel Itmo says I am still here. Fantastic, fantastic. All right. So remember, I always say it is 5% of the population that controls the wealth of 95% of the people. So I'll be surprised if the rest of the 95% are still here. It's 5% that will stay to the end to get the real thing and then to take action. That's usually how it is. You understand? So it's something you need. Once you understand statistics, there's certain things you don't worry about. And of course, Nolan also gives you a bonus of a car, a house. In fact, there are too many. Let me not continue whetting your appetite. You better get in so you can start, experiencing these things. Let me just scroll through the slides so that you can see that these people are Nigerians. Who this is not Photoshop. Of course, we have talked about the 30-day guarantee. 90 days money back guarantee. Okay. Okay, you can read the frequently asked questions. I'll quickly run through them. What makes this different is smart work.
Those things are not really necessary. Okay.
Okay. What I'll do is for those of you who are in the WhatsApp group, I'm going to share the frequently asked questions on the WhatsApp group so that you can actually read it if you still have any other question. I really want
those of you who are in the frequently asked questions. I really want to get to the end of this class so that.
Are you blessed? Let me know if you're blessed. Let me know. Of course, I know you're already blessed now. I know. Today's class was deep. Okay, so how do you get started? Sorry. Okay. How do you get started? Okay, I'll come back to this slide. So those are the packages. That's the account number to make payments to 87,000, 167, 350, 700, 1350. So anyone that you want to start with, you pay to Zenith Bank 101-624-5717, Maximum Consulting and Multi-Services Limited. And then you send your proof of payment to that email address, drjugu@gmail.com, or you send it by WhatsApp to 0808-610-6882. It's there on your screen. So anyone that you decide, please do go ahead and do that. But make sure you keep moving. If you can't fly, run. If you can't run, walk. If you can't walk, crawl. But the most important thing is make sure that you're moving. Even if it is the 87,000, please make sure you get on board with that and then let's get this started. Then my final bonus for today is the inner circle. Like I said, there are two other things, other sources of passive income that is not network marketing, that is not business system, that is not intellectual property. I didn't discuss it today. So those ones are for those who are in my inner circle, those who are close to my heart, okay? And then, of course, if you join the inner circle, you will be able to qualify for the car before the end of this year. And then I can assure you, you make up to 6 figure, 100,000 naira every week. How do I join the inner circle? You must pay this night. In fact, I usually 1 hour. What's the time now? I think this is about almost 9 o'clock. So by 10 o'clock is off. If you don't pay minimum of 87,000 naira by 10 o'clock, you cannot join the inner circle any longer. That's how it is, okay? It's only for those who are ready. If you understand what I'm talking about, those who are really, really ready and they want to change their lives. Those are the ones I want to burn my life for as well, okay? So if you're ready for the inner circle, please go ahead, copy the account number, make your payments, then send me an email, and then, of course, we'll get to roll. Well, if you pay tomorrow, you pay next tomorrow, you pay next year, no problem. I'll still coach you, but you'll not be in the inner circle. That's just the difference, you know. The inner circle is like my disciples, and then that inner circle, I'm even going to close it very soon. I don't want to take more than 12 people. After all, Jesus Christ only took 12 people to take the entire universe, okay? The entire earth. So that my inner circle, I'm not going to take more than 12 people, actually. So I'll continue running it, advertising until I get 12, and then those 12, those are the people I teach all the things that I know. But of course, every other person, I'll still teach them, but it will not be the same. Okay. All right. Thank you. God bless you. God bless you so very much. I'm so proud of you guys for staying with me till the end of this class. I am a millionaire. I am awesome. And then give yourself a hand. See my diamond. See this smile. My diamond is smiling. So I'm going to bring her off shortly. She's going to say a few words of encouragement. She's the mama in the house. She already has 2 cars. She got 1 car last year. She got another car this year. So she's going to say a few words of encouragement to us. She's the mommyistic mommy. Okay. Okay. Christiana says, please, how can I meet the lady who promised to show me how to increase my payment for a better reward? Okay, Diamond, she's actually talking to you. So what I will do is I'll set up a meeting between the two of you after this class, okay? Diamond, I hope you can hear me, and then Madam Catherine, Madam Christina from US. So I'll set up a meeting between you and the Diamond so that she can guide you through, those other things that she talked about earlier. Why I had not spoken to you, Mrs. Christina, is because you have not enrolled for the 10-day intensive training. Do you understand? I sent you an email. You were supposed to confirm your subscription to that email so that you can now start getting your training. Okay, so you need to get that done. Then after this class, I'll connect you with our Diamond, Madam Catherine Oketa, so that she can guide you through the other processes. All right, thank you very much. Let me see. Okay, so if you have a comment, if you have a question, please kindly type in the chat box. I'm going to mute my beloved Diamond so she can talk to us. Let her encourage us. Let her, the elders, they only share words of wisdom. She's already in retirement. She's enjoying passive income, so I don't want to stress her. I just want her to say a few words to us as the only Diamond in the house. Where are you, Ma? Show yourself. Okay, I've asked you to unmute, so go ahead, unmute yourself and then talk to us. Yeah, you have the floor. Let me put on my earphone. Okay, go on, Ma.
Good evening, good morning, and good afternoon, depending on where you are. At least I know, Madam Christiana, this is not evening in US. Am I right? Hello?
Yes, she can't talk, but she can hear you. So
it's a privilege to be. All right. Actually, I had to greet us like that because I know we are connecting from different locations, from different countries. Tiana, I can see your face shining, Americans. It's a privilege to be here this night once again. Like Doc Riley said, I don't have much to talk about. All I have to tell you is that you being in this meeting tonight is a privilege. Yeah, I can say it with all levels of confidence because I know what it takes to be here. And I know some people are still contemplating, are you sure these people are not coming to brainwash us to come and do this? If you're here today, you're actually privileged because I can remember the very first day I was from it, but lo and behold, what I'm getting from the business is more than what I get from my 2-3 jobs I do outside there, all right? And I've actually benefited from this power of passive income because even when I am not doing anything, I relax in my house and I get my pay every Tuesday night. Just like this night.
Yes, this night. Today
the alarm have already shown in my back office.
Today is payday.
Yeah, today is actually payday. If not because of time, I would have just logged into my account. Know that we are not preaching you to come and join the business. We are preaching the good news of financial freedom. We are only born is because of people that are out there who are not yet benefiting from it. We are just evangelizing other people's efforts. And it's not only you going out there to work it out, but we work as a group in this platform. Just as Doc is rightly saying here, if you can sign up this night, you join the inner cycle, and we're going to coach you on how to, when you can comfortably receive your 2-3 month salary in just 1 week, 1 night. That's why we call it an alarm, all right? So this business is what we've tested for a couple of months now, and we trusted it. The other day I showed us how I got my first and my second car in just a couple of less than 18 months in the business. And when I'm talking of a car, I'm talking of tear rubber. I'm not talking about Tokumbo. I'm talking of a tear rubber that comes down and you're the first person to receive the cotton in the car. I'm not just receiving the car, signing up in the company you're in 2020, that is 26th January. And this January, they are bringing another one to me. They said that car is already too old for you to cruise on. And apart from the car, I keep telling people, I've been in civil service to 2009. I had nothing to show for it. But within a couple of 1 year, not just getting 2 cars, but getting a home of my own. In fact, during our next Zoom meeting, I'll show us my new mansion that I'm going to unveil any moment from now. Courtesy of the company. Courtesy of the company. All right? And not just because of anything, but because the money is too much. The company also gives you what we call house grants. But before you get that house grant, from your weekly earning, your monthly earning, you are already have enough to build your houses. You can imagine, Mommy Christiana, you were a civil servant in Nigeria before you left to US. You can imagine what it takes a civil servant to buy a property. You can imagine what it takes a civil servant to buy a house. In fact, I've sat down, I'm a health worker in the hospital. I'm also a researcher in the university. I've sat down and calculated my salary for 35 years. My gratuity, my pension, it can't give me the quality of house I've gotten in just 1 year from the company. It can't. So why am I sounding like this? I know some people in this platform are still doubting. Are you sure this is real? This is genuine. It's a genuine business platform. Honestly, there are a lot of network marketing companies that have dealt with people before now. It is true. But this company called Noland is a company with a high level of integrity. It's talking about the company are people that are well to do in their areas. Doc is not just a medical doctor, but a consultant in his field. I am not just a health worker, but I'm a consultant in my field. I am a researcher. I've seen the 4 walls of this world. I've been in more than 11 countries of the world because of research. And why am I talking about this company? Because as a researcher I choose to research about the company on my own. When people told me about it, I had to study everything about the company on my own, their publications, their articles, what is the foundation, who is the CEO, where is the company located, what are the source of their raw materials. And I found out that the company is far beyond what I was told. And that was why the result I made in less than 1 year, even people that brought me into the business have not made it. Because I had to study about it on my own, and I saw that it's highly sustainable, all right? So if you're here and you're scared, I'm giving you my word this night. Give it a trial. Give it a trial. And if you have registered just like Mommy Christiana, I told you I'm going to show you on how to increase your step up your registration, that upgrade so that you can increase your earning capacity. I won't talk about it in this hall. Doc will create a meeting between 3 of us. I'll guide us on how to go about it so that in the next 2-3 months, you can actually relax in your house and then enjoy from what we have taught today about the passive income. It's very sweet. And the platform is very genuine one. We are not gambling here. We have value to give. We have product to give. And we have all it takes to make it in the business. And above all, apart from having a good business platform, we have mentorship scheme. We have a platform that can actually mentor you